Hi, thanks for registering and welcome to the introduction session of Mastering MS Excel 2016. For this course, you will require access to a computer or a laptop with MS Excel installed on it. And you'll be glad to know that it's not necessary you have the latest version of MS Excel installed, as most of the functionalities we will be discussing you'll find in the older versions as well. Before jumping onto the course content, I will take a moment here to introduce Analytics Leap. We are a team of 3 people with over 30 years of experience in the world of analytics. During our tenure, we've worked across multiple domains like banking, pharma industries, telecom carriers, and we've come across and used a number of tools like SAS, MS Excel, Python, R, Tableau to name a few. While designing the course, we've kept in mind to show you the practical application of these tools so that you can instantaneously start using them. Now with the introductions done, I will move on to the course content. We've split the course into 10 modules. I will show you how the different modules look like. In the first module, we will be discussing some of the basics of Excel, like what are cells, what are columns, what are rows, what is a worksheet. We will then move on to discuss a toolbar. Now for your easy reference, we've provided an ebook following each of these videos, which basically lists down whatever we have covered in that session. At the end, we've provided some exercises for you as well. In the second module, we will discuss some basic worksheet operations like how to format, how to switch from one window to another, among other things. And then we will move on to discussing cells and ranges and lastly cover tables in this module. Again, as I mentioned earlier also, we've got following each session over here, we've got ebooks and we've got their corresponding exercises. In the third module, we will discuss formats in detail and then we will discuss what is conditional formatting and also go through the different kinds of conditional formatting. We've got some really good exercises based on conditional formatting over here. Moving on, in the fourth module, we've got one of the backbones of MS Excel, formulas. Now the video over here, this will talk about some of the basics of formulas and then we've created some material for you. This particular Excel file consists of 50 plus functions, and for each of these functions we've given a description of how the formulas work, what are the syntaxes for a formula, what are the different types of parameters which need to be passed, and then we've got some examples and exercises for you to work upon. My suggestion would be not to skip this chapter and do all the exercises before moving ahead. In the fifth module, we've got data protection and data validation. Now these are used in Excel to protect the data or the sanctity of the data, and again we have exercises built around them. The sixth module covers different kinds of charts. We've broken down the entire module into different sections based on different charts, and we've got exercises for you as well. Time and again during this module we will ask you to pause the video in between and analyze the trends. This is all to give you a flavor of how charts are used in analytics. In the seventh module, we cover pivots. Again, this is one of the most important functionalities in Excel, as a pivot table allows you to summarize data. We have a couple of case studies for you to go through as well based on real world examples. In the 8th and the 9th module, we cover some of the data analysis aspects of Excel. So in the 8th module, we are covering what if analysis, goal seeking, and then solver. Whereas in the 9th module, we are covering how to calculate descriptive statistics, ranks, percentiles, ANOVA. We are covering some of the statistical tests which are there, all using the data analysis functionality of Excel. Then we move on to the 10th module, which is VBA. From covering some of the basic building blocks of VBA, which is recording a macro, writing a simple macro, to creating your own custom functions using VBA, and then using events and form controls to create a user form. We've covered it all over here. At the end, we've got exercises based on all of these different topics which we are covering. Wishing you the very best and hope you excel at Excel. Bye for now. Thanks.